That's in Habakkuk. You'll find that in our wonderful book of Habakkuk. Here, it will not be late. But every little planted seed has a different interval of time between the planting and its fulfillment. So today you assume a certain state of grandeur, of loveliness, of kindness, whatever you want to be in this world. It has its own appointed hour. And then in time it will come to fruition, and you will reap it because you planted it. It's all yours. And even if you should go this very moment from this world, you haven't left the world. You've left this as a section of time, but not the world. For you are restored to life in a body just like this, but young, unaccountably new, about 20, to continue the journey. And all the things you planted, you will be reaping. They all will come up because you planted them, and they cannot be reaped by another. You planted them, and they will come. For the world is not confined to 3 fallen kings. This world of ours is complete, and it's vast, and it's big. In sections of time, you'll be in one section, and you find yourself in another. And these events will come into your world. Not a progression, like drop today in 1970 to find yourself in 1970. You could drop in 1970 and find yourself in the year 3000 or the year 1000. Makes no difference whether you jump forward or jump back. All these things will come into your world, and you will find yourself quite at home, leaving here and finding yourself in the year 3000, or leaving here and finding yourself in the year 1000. And the world continues, you continue, until he awakes within you. When he awakes within you, you are God the Father. And you know it only through one means, when his Son calls you Father. For no one knows who the Son is except the Father. And no one knows who the Father is except the Son. So when you hear people tell you, oh, I know who Jesus is, who Christ is, you say, yeah, you do? Well, who are they? Well, they're one, they would say. Well, then who is Jesus Christ? Do you know who he is? A good Christian will tell you, well, yes, I know that he is the Son of God. Then you can say to the good Christian who knows that Christ is the Son of God, then you must be God. Because only the Father knows the Son. And if you know the Son, then you must know that you are the Father. If you're near enough, he'll slap you. Because of his ignorance, he doesn't know. He couldn't possibly know the Son unless he were the Father and fully conscious of being the Father. So when you know who you are, you will know who the Son is. But it comes spontaneously and automatically at the same moment in time. You do not know you are God the Father until the Son stands before you, and then memory returns. And as memory returns, there is no uncertainty as to this relationship. Here is my Son. I didn't know. Through all these centuries, I had been grieving, and I didn't know. Now here comes my Son. And God awakes within you, and you are God the Father. But while you're here in the world of Caesar, not knowing who you are, a law is given to you. And that law is what I'm talking about tonight. So how would I apply it? I must first have an objective. To reach my objective, I must know what I'm imagining. At least the end. In the words of Robert Frost, just before he made his exit from this world, this is what he said. Our founding fathers did not believe in the future. They believed it in. The most creative thing in man is to believe a thing in. So you go to the end. Remain in the end as though it were true. And if you remain faithful to the end, means will unfold to externalize their ends. So they did not believe in the future as we are taught in our schools to believe. That our founding fathers had an idea and they believed in the future. No, they believed it in and dwelt in the end. A complete break with the entire past. They were not lifting anything from other parts of the world. A complete different concept when you and I can do what I'm doing now. I have the freedom to tell you what I'm telling you, and no one is going to arrest me for what I'm saying. In complete contradiction to what is being taught this day in the churches of our world. I am telling you that Christ is the power of God and the wisdom of God. And the man spoken of is you. You are the Christ who exercises his power wisely or unwisely.